Got you stuck off the realness, Got you stuck off the realness.
Ladies and gentlemen,
We're back. We're live. You know what time it is. You know where you are. Good morning, Bushwick.
it's a lovely Thursday.
Yes, it's
Thursday,
a
right?
lovely Thursday. Lovely Thursday morning today, February 22nd.
It's a bit different than yesterday, though. You can
Yes,
immediately
it's-
tell. as soon as
Immediately
you walk
tell.
outside.
Just if you're looking out the window behind us, you can immediately tell how different just the feeling is in the atmosphere in the area. It's about 30 degrees cooler than it was. Well, at this time yesterday, it's maybe 20 degrees cooler than it was yesterday. When you factor in wind chill, maybe 25. But just a major change in temperature, major change in the feel, man. It's just so gloomy and dreary out there.
And you can see it in people's faces too.
Yeah,
it's rubbing off on everyone.
It's
It's not quite as jolly as it was yesterday.
yeah, it's like a what do they call it? Seasonal affective disorder. Is what they
Is
say.
that's what it is?
Yeah, like when people are affected by the change in the season, like they say when it gets to fall and winter, because the days are shorter, there's less sunlight. People are like it affects people. Like it's less sunlight. You know, the sunlight's obviously supposed to be good for you and gives life to most things on the planet. And
Even down to the bus driver today. Even the bus driver had a different face.
it's just I think it's just that you know it's just the weather, the change of the weather, the way people feel about it. People got a very good chance to enjoy the weather the last 2 days. All the parks were out. There were a lot of kids playing sports, basketball, handball. There were kids riding bikes. There were kids running up and down the street. So I think for the kids at least, they got to enjoy some outside weather because most of the public schools are right now on midwinter recess. So at least the kids got to enjoy the weather outside. Usually for us during this time of year, it was snowing. We didn't really have warm weather. But the weird thing is yesterday, my phone said it went up to like 77.
Yeah.
And I saw it in the early afternoon when it was like 72. They said that was the record. So like it crushed like the record throughout the day.
I
Like
passed
for
by
hottest day
a
throughout the year.
pizzeria, and they had to have even the back doors open because the entire inside people were suffocating from how hot it was.
It's I don't think anyone could have anticipated this type of weather this early in the year. This I mean, I'll say late in the winter, but it's still technically winter. Not even close to spring. We've had times where it's technically spring and we
Yeah.
had snowstorms. So I don't think that, you know, there's clearly I want to call it an anomaly, but we've seen anomalies recently with weather more frequently. So I think it is cause for concern. I think that you know it's we know it's not normal. We know that it's February. It shouldn't
Definitely
be
not
77 degrees. It shouldn't it didn't start dropping down until about maybe 9-10 o'clock. The temperature didn't start to go down. That's crazy. That's crazy in February for me, man. I'm glad people enjoyed the weather, but there's questions that need to be asked, man.
So we hit the streets yesterday again, and this time it was my turn to be in front of the camera, and I never knew how severe my Jehovah's Witness PTSD was.
Man, we could talk about this off air, man, but I just think you went into it thinking it was gonna be bad and like your body.
No,
language.
once I saw the footage, I understood exactly what it was, but it was more the feeling that I go out of my way to not speak to people on a regular basis.
You can't do that. Doing this, you can't do that. You can't even do that in regular life. People need to be in contact with people socially. Like, that's how people become socially awkward. That's how if you ever see someone who never, like these kids you hear about it, how they never come into contact with, like, other kids throughout, like, or even other humans. Sometimes you hear someone born or living with the wolves, these crazy stories, and they're essentially like feral creatures because they've never interacted with other humans. You have to interact with other people. It's part of life.
It was definitely.
You have to be a social creature. Humans are social creatures.
It was definitely an eye-opening experience once I saw the footage and I realized that I can speak to people and not have to fear the interaction.
I don't know, fear any interaction. I guess just because in everyday work, man, my job for the last 10, 11 years, I've had to interact with people every day. Like even on days when I wanted everyone to just stay the hell away from me, and I wish they wouldn't even speak to me or look in my direction. I had to, hey, how you doing today? Let me see your ID. How you guys doing today? People listen to their terrible jokes.
You have social
I've
jobs.
heard the same 10, 11, like for the last 10, 11 years, I've heard the same horrible, hey, ID's fake. Make sure you really check that one. Oh, yeah, I'm just trying your ID me. It's like, get away from me. Get away from me. You know, it
It made sense once I saw the footage back, but we're going to take a look at what pretty much went down yesterday. It was the second day in a row that we had to hit the streets to talk about this weather. And I don't think we're going to hit the streets today because it's kind of
It's
shit.
starting to rain.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're out here, Bud and Roach, of course, in Bushwick for Good Morning Bushwick. It's another fantastic day. Just weather is insane. We need to find out exactly what the hell is going on. Why are these chemicals being sprayed in the sky? Why is it almost 80 degrees in February? We'll be back with more answers. Now, it's February. How does it feel to be walking around with a short sleeve shirt, like boardwalk style?
Feels good right now, but it means global warming. It makes me feel bad.
Regardless of how much people can enjoy the weather, everybody has this worry in the back of their mind. Do you think that New York City is going to be underwater pretty soon?
Yeah, I think it was already in 2012.
Holy shit, she has a point. What are you going to do particularly to stop global warming?
Oh, jeez, wow. On the spot, good question. What am I going to do? What are you going to do, Delaney? I got to think.
I haven't eaten meat in 5 years.
Oh, I can't top that. I can't top that.
Thank you guys for coming out and supporting the Good Morning Bushwick. We'll be live tomorrow, goodmorningbushwick.com, 10 a.m.
All right.
So, Roger, right now it's February and it's almost summer weather. How does this make you feel?
Made me feel good, man.
You're not worried about global warming?
Yeah, I'm worried about global warming. It's February. It should be cold, but it's nice. For me, it's nice. I like it. Yeah, I'm not really worried about global warming, but that is an issue.
This is like Six Flags weather in February, man. What are your plans for the rest of the day?
Just enjoy it.
It's a pleasure, my brother.
My name's Carlos Lopez.
Carlos Lopez, I love that name. Sounds like a famous name. It's February 21st, 22nd, around there, and it's like 75 degrees out here. How does this make you feel?
Feels good. Can't complain.
You're not worried about global warming?
Oh, of course.
See, a lot of people today, everyone's enjoying the weather, but everyone in the back of their mind, they're kind of scared that New York City's going to be underwater soon. Do you think the same?
Well, I don't know how soon, but it's going to happen one of these days.
You just got to keep enjoying the weather.
History repeats itself, That's how it goes.
It's a pleasure. Carlos,
All right, brother.
we're going to be on goodmorningbushwick.com tomorrow at 10 a.m., all right?
You got it. Thanks a lot.
Ladies and gentlemen, we hit the streets once again here in Bushwick. The consensus remains the same. No one's afraid of global warming until it comes knocking on their door. So everyone enjoy the weather. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, to do what we do. Good morning, Bushwick.
I think again you had people like we had yesterday clearly know what global warming is, afraid of it but enjoying. It was real. I hope the mics weren't hot when we had the quick Charlie Murphy moment there. That was immediately what I thought. I thought, yeah, I remember I never just jumped up and grind my feet on Eddie Murphy couch. Yeah, I remember jumping up and grind my feet on Eddie Murphy, because you could buy another one. Definitely, that was what popped in my head there. But the weather is, it's crazy, man, because when we had one of those like little snow dumps earlier this year, man, we were snowing on the entire East Coast. You had snow in, like, Texas got snow. Florida, the Carolinas, Georgia, Virginia, like the entire East Coast got snow. I can't remember when it was, but it was earlier this year.
There's like there was a huge list of floods.
When we had
happening.
that ice, what was it? Not the polar vortex, the
eclipse?
the Arctic dump, the Arctic whatever. When we got that cold blast. I can't remember the wording they were using for it. It's like it was an Arctic something, man. I can't remember the exact wording they used for it.
I want to bring this up before I forget. Every day we announce the video of the day as per Hot New Music Videos, our Reverb Nation campaign. After we got off the air yesterday, I actually called Nick Broder's phone, his contact, and I left a message. No one picked up. Right before we went live, his mom actually sent us a message. She said, "This is Nick Broder's mom, Mia. Wanted to thank you so much for the feature yesterday. It means a lot. Nick is away, but I will have him contact you guys when he's back. Maybe he can come to your studio. Thanks again for everything." We'd love to have
Nick Broder or Broder. Don't know how we pronounce that one still, so we hope we're getting it right. Should have asked it that. If it's pronounced Broder or Broder. But either way, man, that kid, that was a very... That's a song that I hope, because like I told you, man, sometimes with artist songs, man, I told you how many versions of some Kanye West songs I've heard before. It finally went on an actual album finished, and that being Homecoming with Chris Martin on Graduation, man, I heard maybe 3-4 different versions of that song, maybe 5 before it actually got finished. The song All Falls Down, the original version with Miss Lauryn Hill before he put Selena Johnson on the finished version, and then he even says, "This the real one, baby." Right when it starts,
Yeah.
So, I think that's a song that I think may not be where it will be, but I say it has the potential to get a big push, man. Really like the one we for today, almost,
He
man. I
already
don't,
has
I don't
strong
want to stay
visuals.
on Nick Brodeur because it's obviously no longer the video of the day.
Of
It is
course.
up on the site still in the archives.
Can we get a shot of the site?
But
Just we got lower thirds. I just saw that pop up. That's intense.
Ooh. Look at that.
I didn't see that before.
Hot dang. That's again our fantastic work by our producer in the back, Maddie.
Maddie,
Right there,
what's going on, Maddie? How does it feel back there?
Feels great.
It feels great right now.
Yeah, it feels great.
Good work on the lower thirds. Great work on the lower thirds.
It's a new development. So.
I love this. I love the interaction. So today's video of the day is, of course, Almost Awake with Cloudwalker. We can't play the video due to copyright reasons, but we watched the video right before we came on the air. What do you think?
It gave that very, I want to say, there was a time in music for us, like in high school, where there was like that feeling. That's what it took me back to, like that angsty high school feeling.
This was around the time of
where you feel
Hoobastank.
like no one in the world gets you, where you just want to be alone, and like you listen to songs like this on repeat, man. It has that, it connects with you.
That was my first year of college.
Your first year of college?
My first year of college. This is when Lost Prophets, Hoobastank, all these guys were like getting spun on actual television. Like it wasn't like you had to look for them online. They were actually getting played. Taking Back Sunday.
Yeah.
All these bands.
There
were
was a
booming.
time like in like there's just that era. Like
It made me miss that era.
Yeah, that's what it took me back to, man. Like the feels in that song, even like the look. It's
And she
just,
got some vocals, man.
yeah, they
Like,
have some
it's-
vocals. They
it's like-
play. It's a good song, man. I think a lot of people might say, it's a commercialized version of other genres of music, but I think that it's a fantastic track, man. And I think if you like good music, I think you should go check it out. I think our feelings on music and just talent in general between myself and Roach. And if you don't, it's that we don't co-sign garbage.
Oh, of course not.
So
Of course
we
not.
obviously want to pollute your airwaves or ruin your day by telling you to go listen or look at visuals that weren't up to par or worthy of being endorsed by the names Bud and Roach or Good Morning Bushwick or hot new music videos in association with Reverb Nation. We wouldn't do that.
And of course, the Reverb Nation campaign is active right now. So if you want to feature on Good Morning Bushwick, you have to go on reverbnation.com and look through the opportunities for hot new music videos. Of course, that's hotnewmusicvideos.com. Goodmorningbushwick.com is the same website. We're both, kind of just joining forces to give these artists a bigger platform. So Almost Awake, Cloudwalker, man, that was a sick video.
Yeah.
Very, very sick video.
It was it's something that it's a video that makes you think, man. It's it's a video with visuals that really,
It's like being ignored.
yeah.
That angst, that Linkin Park angst.
It's the like the I was gonna say like Simple Plan, like for me,
Blink
big
182.
Linkin Park, yeah, like I'm not about to, you can name off more rock bands than me here. That
I think you know.
I know a
bunch.
couple. There were a few, man. I wasn't like that hard, like that era. Like I like Linkin Park and stuff. I did like Simple Plan, but I also unfortunately was an Avril Lavigne fan, so I can't,
But there's nothing wrong with that because I used to listen to Alanis Morissette.
Oh, see, that just got real.
Jewel.
I could shake your hand on that. Jewel too,
come
man.
on.
Now, I don't even feel as
This
bad
is-
about admitting that I'm a
we
Halsey
like music.
fan.
This isn't just.
Now, I don't feel that bad about admitting it. I'm sure people might think different of me if I admitted to liking soft music. But people that know me know I like soft music. Most people know I'm a big John Mayer fan, so like
Both big
I
John
can't say
Mayer
people
fans.
know. I can't say people were shocked when they find out some of the music I like. So I don't know why I'm pretending. People would be shocked I was an Avril Lavigne fan in my teenage years.
I mean, but you're wearing a button down and a sweater. I don't think it's like far fetched that you're a John Mayer fan. It's not like you're coming.
Nah, man, I just think I look good, bro. Look good, feel good. Don't you believe in that? You gotta look good to feel good. You wanna feel good, look good. Goes both ways.
I actually want to place my drink order.
Yes, man. What are you working with?
I think I'm gonna go with the classic cappuccino today. Just once I find something that I like, I stick with it.
Yes, I think I'll roll with a caramel latte today, while I continue my infant steps into caffeinated hot beverages.
And we got to get a shot of the action too. I know.
Yeah.
We kind of miss Danny. We usually have a lot of banter
we have
going back and forth.
going back and forth. Just you know,
Business calls.
yeah,
man.
business. You know, can't always be around, man. But we miss you, Danny. Just wanna,
Very, very much.
yes. Gonna take you know,
Let's take a
quick
little
commercial break while we work on these drinks. We want to remind everyone you can tune into Good Morning Bushwick at goodmorningbushwick.com. And
We'll be back.
right after this.
This coffee is delicious.
You know, I don't really drink coffee. This is what you come out with. This coffee is an empty cup. That's what you come out the gate with on me, man.
I mean, it is coffee for music people. And
Music for coffee people.
A good coffee will wake you the fuck up in the morning. Remember,
You know what
everything-
else will wake you up in the morning? Good Morning Bushwick, hosted by us two, Bud and
Bud and
Roach.
Roach.
I mean, here at First Live.
Where is First Live?
Bushwick, baby. You're
Take-
killing me, bro. You're killing me right now. Like,
Where
First
are we
Live
from?
Bushwick. We're from Bushwick. We are Bushwick.
Pick up your damn cup and pretend you're drinking the coffee.
Here
Do
at
it
First
again.
Live
No,
Bushwick.
Do it again. Do it again.
You know what else will wake you up in the morning? Good Morning Bushwick.
Good morning.
Right now, we cutting a promo or we live?
No. Where can people go to find out what's happening in Bushwick?
BudandRoach.com and
And-
FirstLive.us.
This coffee is delicious.
Yes, it most certainly is. So we're back on Good Morning Bushwick.
Look at that action
Right
right
now,
there.
you're looking at that fine, crafty work right now on the machine. Look at that.
That heavy ass machine.
That's I don't know, man. There's
That's just a
it
beast
seems
of a
like that would be
machine.
something that anyone can do, but it seems like it takes steps that you have to remember and know. And if you miss one, like you're just gonna throw it all into just turn around, start all over
Callan
again.
King on today.
You got Callan King on today.
I just realized that we got some cowbell.
You still got some cowbell.
They
You
left
still
the
got some
cowbell up
cowbell.
there. I got a fever. So what you was talking about?
I was talking about this, man. After last week's tragic
I
incident.
saw a few things. I didn't see as much as you did. Though.
But after these events, I tell everyone, one of my, I tell people I love reading comments on, social media is one of my guilty pleasures. Another guilty pleasure is whenever there's a tragedy, going to YouTube and immediately type in said tragedy and false flag or Illuminati or Freemasons and seeing where it takes you. Because someone almost immediately starts like coming up with what they want to say
Someone
or what
has
they
a full-length documentary within
ready,
the hour.
ready. And a lot of people found clips of one of the kids that went to school. There were people posting pictures from yearbooks saying they graduated with him, like years previously. This is all, speculation. We want to say this has not been proven fact or anything. But the fact that YouTube took the video down, they've never done that before. We've seen this we've seen this after every major incident. We've seen these stay up after every major incident. Most of them will still be online right now.
For
I feel if
years
we want
and
to check.
years.
And not even a week into this one, like they pull it down, say it violated, terms of this, like terms of something on YouTube, and the only reason we got by is because we thought it was real, like we thought it was actual news, like reporting.
Not at all.
I think that seems kind of I don't want to say suspect, but the best word I come up with is suspect, and makes you speculate.
I mean, but how many of these? We started really watching these. Let's say what 2011. That was
Yeah.
around the time that we really started watching documentaries and stuff like that. That was about a year before we started the show. A lot of those documentaries, they're still up. So there had to be something particular that they used in the YouTube paperwork in order to pull that video down, unless it was YouTube themselves. Because people can go and say, all right, I'm reporting this video. I don't like this. Take this
Yeah.
down. If they get enough of them, they'll pull it down.
They said, but there was something that had to. I mean, I would guess, after the way I would say after Aurora, I would say after Las Vegas, after all the incidents we've seen, the way they've unfolded, the way they've happened, these videos are still up. And a week later, because they're attacking, and I'm gonna say this, CNN, which has been going back and forth
In the
majorly with the
documentary?
president. And they're saying this kid's mom was like a producer at CNN, like they're saying his dad's retired FBI. Like there were a lot of things for one of the major kids in this thing right now, and people are asking questions. And I want to say, once again, this is all speculation. We don't believe, we have to look through it. And we tell everyone to make your own decisions. But I think when you yank something off, when this is supposed to be free information, information supposed to flow freely,
You draw
and
attention
you allow
to it.
all these other videos that are similar in nature to remain up throughout the time, then you kind of don't. You're not really helping yourself there. Like, you're not helping yourself or your cause.
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yes, sir.
This fine craftsmanship. Can we get a
Yes.
little toast?
Yes, we can get a little toast.
A little toast
A little
on there.
toasty. There we go.
Boom. We always say let's vent.
Yeah, that's good.
It's fine work right there.
Got some good caramel latte right there. But I think, for people that think the powers that be ultimately have the power to do that, and the only ones who do think, why would you after you allow all these other ones to stay up through all this time?
What about the children? Because we've seen crisis actors before. We've seen them in multiple different scenarios.
I mean, you've seen them, and you've seen this thing.
The same
you've
people,
seen the
too.
story of it come up, and it's just it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. People have questions that have never been answered. People obviously, they're gonna ask the questions, but I think that when you allow, like I said, when you allow those throughout all this time to stay up, then not even a whole week later, this gets taken down. And then you have major news media throughout. And, you've never seen it to the point where you have, like, senators retweeting it. You have people. And I think this comes back to one thing we said. People have lost so much trust in the official process of government and, like, the government telling us the truth, that now that these wild speculative theories gain credence. And I think they gain even more credence when the people who allowed the videos, like I said, and I'm kind of beating a dead horse, the previous ones to stay up and then now still up. And I kind of want to go back and check and see if they're down, but I'll do that off air. But to allow the previous videos to stay up, and now that one inside of a week gets taken down, people are gonna ask you
make
questions.
it hot.
You make it hot. It's like you drew attention to it. You could have very easily, just left it in a YouTuber sphere, like so much other stuff on other things that have been proven false. All the 2012, the world's gonna end. All the other, other dates people were saying the world was gonna end. The days, other things were supposed to happen. They're all still up. You've never taken them down. So within a week, this one gets taken down. People are gonna ask questions.
And there's always multiple copies of it online. And once you put something online, somebody rips it. And I don't care if they store it in a hard drive in their garage. Somebody has that video.
Somebody has that video. It'll still be floated around some places, but I think ultimately what's gonna happen is it'll never be on YouTube again. I think a lot of streaming like services like that will.
And they'll take it to Live Leak or some shit like that.
Yeah.
One of those websites. Just to kind of brighten the mood, we have to remind people that on March 3rd, Saturday, we spoke about the what was it, the plug and play Saturdays here at
Yes.
First Live?
Plug and play Saturdays. If there's another event scheduled prior, it'll be Saturdays. But Saturday, March 3rd, it'll be all the way live again, man. Hosted by the Well Dressed Villains.
And it was such a amazing jam last time.
You have to experience it. You have to come in and you have to experience it, man. I don't know, man. Like, words just can't really put into context what you're gonna feel when you get here. It's something that I don't know, man.
Nobody knows what's gonna happen. That's the whole point of it.
You just know it's gonna start.
Even when we spoke to Ra and Jay right before the show, I was like, "Yo, what are we doing? Like, what's the premise of this?" He was like, "Nah, we're just gonna go in and whatever happens, happens." I didn't understand what that meant until I saw it.
Yeah, like that was like I thought about The Office, the episode where they towards the last few seasons where they used to play in the
Conference room?
No, not in the conference room, in the warehouse. And they used to have, then they had jam sessions, and then like the new boss found out and he started playing. Then he called all his friends and they were like taking the instruments they were going, and they made these guys play like a tambourine, and they gave them something else and took like their drums and guitar and bass and the acoustic guitar. It was crazy. But that was what I thought, man. And it was just like, it just kept going, man. Like just switching the vibe, the feel. It was crazy. It was amazing. It's fantastic.
And if you guys are seeing this, go on First Live Coffee House Facebook page. There should be an event for this up, and just say that you're coming. If you're gonna come,
Or even that you're interested.
like
So that you're reminded. It'll remind you. Say you're interested. So that, hey, if you're not doing anything Saturday, March 3rd, or maybe you have plans to start a little later, and you want to come enjoy a fine beverage, because there will be fine crafted beverages served. For those of you 21 of age, of legal age to drink alcohol, need to put that out there. So
we have a guest coming on?
yes, we do. There was a bit of a mix-up with the number.
So this isn't him?
No, that's not.
He's about to just call a random stranger. Go ahead. So again, we have the Reverb Nation campaign up. So if you guys want your music videos featured, of course you have to go on Reverb Nation and go through the opportunity section, hot new music videos. And when you submit your video, we'll get it. We'll review it. Again, we can't play videos on this show because of copyright claims that we've been dealing with through YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and the various other platforms that we broadcast on. But we definitely will put your video front and center on the website and give you various announcements throughout the broadcast. So again, it was Almost Awake. What was the name of the song again?
Cloud. No, I think the name of the song's Almost Awake. Cloud
Walker.
Wait, which one is that? Because now I'm confused, man. Is the band Almost Awake, or is it?
I believe it could be Cloud Walker.
I think that Cloud Walker and the name of the song's Almost
Yes.
Awake.
That makes more sense because with the
You search it, because if you put Cloud Walker, then it's everything.
see,
you
I
put
want
will
to
come
play,
up
but
like
I
that.
don't want to catch a
Yeah,
copyright
claim. Don't wanna
Go on the
do it.
website, support the bands, of course, hotnewmusicvideos.com, goodmorningbushwick.com. And again, this fantastic venue, some of the best craft coffee and drinks.
Yes, in the area, man. So if you're looking to come down, enjoy a nice vibe, come in, get a good old caffeinated beverage. Be sure to stop in First Live Bushwick, First Live Coffee House, 219 Central Avenue, Bushwick, New York.
That's him?
Bushwick, Brooklyn. Yes, sir.
Let's see if we can get him on the air. Like that.
Hey,
What's up, fellas?
There he
how you
is.
doing? So today, right now, we have someone very special on the air. I'll just go ahead and give you full disclosure. This is my uncle, Mr. Russell Taylor.
Mr.
And-
Uncle Taylor.
Even I'm getting a little, scared talking. But we're glad to have you on right now because you're a man of many talents, and we have a lot of things we want to talk about, man. But how are you doing right now?
I'm good, man. Life is good. Retirement, brother.
Retirement,
So-
yeah, man. I know you had the plan, but you got out earlier, man.
Hey, you gotta have a plan of attack for your life. You gotta have a plan of attack, man. Don't just go through life winging it. You're gonna end up old, broken, and busted.
Yeah, that's something you've always preached to me
You're right
growing
about
up throughout
that.
life, man. And
Yes, sir.
you set a fine model of something to follow, or strive to follow. There's so much I want to talk to you about because you're doing so much right now, man. First, you're getting ready to eventually, start your retirement plans, which are to do one of the things everyone wants to do in retirement, and that's live out of the country while still having some place to call home in the country, and
Absolutely.
still make money that's outside of your retirement money, man. So first, could you want to explain to people what your plans are for retirement and how you got there?
Yeah. Well, I worked for the government for a number of years, and early retirement came up, so I decided to go ahead and jump in and just take advantage of it. But I've always planned on living outside of the country. As I've told my nieces and nephews, trying to share some wisdom. This is not an American dream. To me, it's an American nightmare. So I've been setting my pace. My focus on getting out of the country for the last 20 years. And what I did was about 2 years ago, I brought a condo down in DR, Sasua specifically. And, when I brought the condo, renovated it, rented it out, let it start making me some money. So every time I invested in the condo, I basically made back. And now with the opportunity that I had this year, I just jumped off the boat, man. I said, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. So I'm happy too. So I got this house here in Atlanta being rented out. So that's going to be another source of income with a rental out here. And then I started an investment group. So we're making some moves.
That's awesome, man. And one of the things, that's one of the big things, man, that we know is really the permanent, residual income if that's what and that's the word a lot of people use is residual income, man. The biggest one isn't, I think a lot of people get caught in these network marketing schemes, which people always need to be aware of. But the biggest one is real estate, man. Real estate investment, man.
Because it's not going anywhere.
It's not going anywhere, man. And that's yours. You can hand it down through your families. A lot of, estates. When you think of things, estates. That's a big word that comes up. Get handed down through generations, and it's probably been there through generations. And,
well, I'm gonna tell you, man. Something happened to me some years ago. When I was probably about 24, 25. I was living with this chick, and she told me 2 words, man, that I said nobody will ever say to me again. And she told me, "Get out." Basically, she threw me out her crib. And to me, man, that hurt my pride. That hurt everything. It wasn't even the fact of us breaking up. It was like, damn, this chick is telling me get the hell up out of her crib. And I said from that point on, every place that I laid my head, I would own. And I have owned every place I've laid my head since I was 27 years old. Yeah. Every place I've laid my head, including overseas.
Yes, and I've been to most of your homes in state. I think the only one I didn't get to come to was Atlanta because you didn't have. The only time I was in Atlanta, you weren't there yet. But I can't wait. I can't wait to come to DR, man. I need to work on my passport because I can't wait to come to DR. We had a lot of fun when we did hang out here at the times you were out in the city. So I can't wait to do it with you on your turf, man, and see how it goes with you, man. I know Lorenzo's looking forward to it, too. I hope he's watching right now. I did tell him. And shout out again. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. My parents are both listening. Hi, Mom.
God.
Hi, Dad.
Here we go.
What's up, family? What's up, family?
So something that he said, a little earlier, it's more than just having the residual income. It's having multiple incomes.
Yes.
So how has it been setting up multiple incomes, giving yourself that cushion knowing that you're going to have your stream coming in from different directions?
Well, I grew up with a mother who always share with us, and your grandmother, save money, save money. So my thing was to my nieces and nephew and my daughter before she passed away was invest. Make sure that you got investments going. Make sure you look into dividend stocks like Morgan Stanley or Share Computer. Different stock, that's going to pay you. Reinvest that stock. I've told them, look for things that you can do offline, whether it's web design, whether it's coding, whether it's drop shipping. There's a lot of resources that you can make money that you don't have to sit in an office. Now the big thing is cryptocurrency. Of course, real estate is always a good investment. I've purchased gold, silver, and platinum coins. So I've diversified my whole portfolio to make sure that no matter where the market is going, I'm still secure in what I'm doing, as well as still saving. But like I said, when you're young and you need to invest in that market, because even if it goes down, it's still going to go back up. Like 2008, the market took a big dip. I was working for the government, so our TSP is basically a 401k program. And I told everybody just sit tight because ain't nobody retiring for the next 10 goddamn years. But a lot of cats that sold that, they said, nah, my TSP is going down. I'm going to sell it. So when they sold it, and at that time, I think I lost like maybe $12,000 from my portfolio. But, come to 2014, I done made that 12 back plus another 20. Now, all the cats who sold, guess what happened? They lost all that money.
You can't.
So, money is emotional, and I understand.
Yeah, money makes people emotional too, man.
It does.
It's I've never really dabbled in investments yet. I haven't reached that state of my life yet. I want to get there very soon. And I have plans for things I want to do, but I think that people have to realize, like, the stock market. I see a lot of people right now that bought into cryptocurrency in the last few months when it was high, and this recent plummet, man. I told you, I saw a lot of people online like that know nothing about stock, know nothing about investing, anything, just trying to give people tips. And I think a lot of people, I think cryptocurrency right now, if you got in at the right point and cashed out already, good. I think if you're still holding right now, good. I think that if you bought in like recently when it was high and still going up a little bit, but now took this plummet, don't jump ship yet. Because if you jump ship, you're gonna lose what you put in it and what you lost recently in the market dropping. But
you are. And there's a lot of cryptocurrencies. You know, Bitcoin is the gold standard, but you got Ethereum, you got Black coin. I mean, you got a lot of different cryptocurrencies where you can buy in, especially if you can buy in like for some going for like $1.25 or 50 cents. You know, if you buying into stuff like that, and we have one cat in my investment group, he actually handles our cryptocurrency because that's his thing. We got another cat who actually his big thing is Forex, so that's what we put him. You know, my thing is real estate. And right now, we're looking at to buy properties overseas because what the business is basically about. I'm gonna tell you. Well, after I brought my property in DR, man, I was like, damn, man, I would love to have a property in Brazil. I would love to have a property in Panama, all these other places that I visited. And I said, shit, why can't I have it? But I knew I couldn't do it by myself. So I sent out basically a message on Facebook to this group I belong to. And now it's like 14 brothers got together, man. We putting our money in. And this year we'll have our first property again in DR. I mean, I already got a property there, but that's where most of the guys come, so they want a property there. But then our next property will be Brazil, and then we'll have a property in Colombia, and I'll be able to leave all this to my family. You know, so you know you got to think outside the box, man. Because I'm telling you, for the Black and brown community, man, this ain't American dream. It's American fucking nightmare. And that's just real. That's just being honest. So you got to think outside the box, man. And don't think that, you know, your options begin and end at the borders of the United States. That's why I encourage people, man, look outside these borders. There's a lot of opportunities. So like because I have a YouTube channel called Tailor-Made Dreams Out of the Matrix. And I give people a blueprint how to set up bank accounts overseas. You know, some of the do's and some of the don'ts, who to trust, who not to trust, how to deal with attorneys overseas. Because the attorneys is the ones that screw you, be honest with you. Your attorney, I ain't talking about somebody else.
Yeah, attorney will be in on the other attorney screwing you.
It is. It's all a game, man. It's all a game. So, you know, you got to learn, you know, certain investments. If you overseas, don't deal with the locals, man. Like, you know, because unfortunately, and I love Dominican Republic. I got ties there. I adopted my daughter from there. But, you know, but you got to understand when you're in another country, especially when that country is second or third world, the mentality and the education level is different. What I mean is, if I put 2,000 pesos on the table and told the average Dominican, hey, you can have this now and walk away from it. You ain't got to do anything. But now here's 50,000 pesos. All you got to do is wait till next week. Guess which one they're going to pick?
2,000.
At 2,000 every damn time, man. You know, now me and you, I'm gonna ask you what time are we gonna meet next week so I get my 50,000.
Yeah, like so you're saying a week? You're saying a week from now you're gonna give me 50,000. A week from now, like this instant, like a week from now at this second time. So I'll be sure to find you if it's this.
Right out
this
in
is
IOU.
the time you're saying next week. You don't mean like next week and then a few days later in the week. You don't mean like next week the day after. You mean next week this time next week? Then I can wait.
Exactly.
Like I remember you say that story you just gave, and it's a story from all of us. All of us, you remember me, Betty, Lorenzo, Vanessa. When we were younger, Grandma, I believe you and Grandma were gonna give us money, and you gave us the option that we can take. I think it was like $200 at that point, or we can put the $200 in the bank, and it would go, and like we could get it in a couple months, or about 6 months, and we would have like $250, or we let it go a little longer, $300. And I think I was the only one that waited. For the $250. I think everybody else took the money. I was the only one who waited. I was the only one who waited for the $250.
See,
I remember that.
like that in my life.
I remember that, and I was the only one who waited, man, and that made me think. But I think I got a lot of my business and shopping since I put stories about it online on social media. My friends have seen it. I thank Grandma, man, for teaching me how to be a shopper and a consumer, because I think without Grandma's help, I think I might be one of these regular consumers getting beat in the head, man. I won't pay full price for anything. I try to barter. I beat you down. If something is listed at the wrong price, I don't care what your machine says right now. We're going to go to that. I'm going to find it for you, and then you're going to make it that price, or I'm going to make a scene.
Just don't ever end up one of those people at Black Friday.
No. I don't do Black Friday. No, man. Don't ever. Nah, I don't do Black Friday.
Man, it's a scheme. It's a scam.
People don't realize, like, yo, all right, how much did we buy it for? And we've been selling for it? And how much stock we got left? All right, we're just going to unload it and make them think it's a sale. because we're still making an insane profit giving it to you at this price, guys.
I don't get it because you still find it cheaper online.
Online, a couple days later, like it's insane, man. It's just
It's like,
but you can craft the dream and you can make people believe what you know. You can sell this to them.
Marketing
like
and
that.
advertising.
Yes, you're making people think they're getting a great deal on something when in actuality they're still paying close to regular price.
So how often do you publish videos on your YouTube channel?
Right now, I try to do at least two or three times a week. I'm gonna tell you the thing about YouTube. You really got to push. You really got to publish and post YouTubes at least 2 to 3 a week. At least 2 or 3 a week. That keeps your audience happy. That keeps your audience coming. That makes more people, fiending for what you got to say. Of course, you're going to attract all the trolls too, and I'm sure you guys have trolls as well.
We've had our share of trolls.
We've had our shares of trolls.
But a troll is just a hater that can't get enough for you. Because I'm gonna tell you, them trolls will subscribe to you.
You're helping me. Like you don't realize you're giving me views. Like you're helping me here. So just say all you want. Give me the comments. Other people are gonna comment. You're driving traffic to my page. I appreciate you, troll. Keep trolling.
Yeah, I love trolls, man. I love them.
I love them. Like I know you're a troll. I know you're trolling right now. People don't get it. They think people don't know they're trolling. And I think maybe if they do, I mean, then we might have to really figure out a way to drive traffic. But for now,
it's all good. Yeah, but I took a hiatus for about 5 or 6 months. I'm not gonna go into reason I did on this show, but it was just a chess move. In the game of life, you either gonna play checkers or chess. The smart thing is to play chess. So I played the chess move. It worked out. So now I'm back up. So now I'm trying to build my subscribers back up. But I'm going to tell you, man, what I love about my channel, man, and I didn't know how much I was affecting people because I'm also a disabled vet. I suffer with depression. And I deal with that on my YouTube, telling people how, all this medication they want to give you. But when I travel, man, that's the best medication I could have. It just gives you that sense of purpose, that center that you need. And a lot of cats, man, send me, and you can read in my comments, they ain't coming from me. That cats are saying, man, they was on the verge of suicide and depression. And they said, man, I started watching your channel. And man, it just, it just changed my life. And man, when somebody write and tell you something like that they're ready to commit suicide, and I know because I've been there, man, it just really does something to you, man. And I get so much love when I'm in Sasua, when I call it home now, man, it's crazy. I know some nights, man, cats be trying to buy me beers and drinks, and I've got drunk quite a few nights. But it's just love, man. I remember sitting in this Cub Classicos, man, and me and my partner, we ordering drinks and whatnot. We getting ready to bill out, so I take the bill, and the cat walk up behind me, man, snatch the bill out my hand, and said, "Motherfucker, your money ain't no good." And I'm turning around like, "Yo, who's this dude?" Like, Mr. Traveler, man. I'm watching on YouTube, so it's just a lot of love, man. But like I said, if I could give cats advice, I'm giving them advice. Like I'm also, because like in DR, you need a reference to walk into a bank to open up an account. And I've walked probably up to this date about 20 dudes in the bank and started their bank accounts and helped them get in real estate. So that my thing is, man, look outside these borders, man. The options are endless.
That's amazing, man. And I want to touch on a veteran thing for a second, man, because I think veterans, man, are probably, have one of the rawest deals in this country, man, regardless of skin color, man. I think that after what the veterans, people who go to war, sacrifice for us, I don't think they get their due, man. I know actually you're a veteran. My brother's a veteran. I know plenty of friends that have served. I think everyone knows at least a couple of veterans, man. Yeah. And there are a lot of veterans with similar stories, man. And you see it, what is it, like 21 or 22, service members a day commit suicide of the U.S. Armed Forces, man. And that's something sad. And that's scary. That's sad, man. And I'm glad that you're out helping, man, because you're doing more than the VA is doing for some people, man. And I applaud all the veterans, man, who give up what they gave up, man, to at least, and I want to say for our freedoms, but we can see right now, things aren't going exactly the way most people would have expected them to.
Yeah.
So I mean, I just thank you for your service, number one, and I want to, I think everyone who's been helped by you and what you, do on YouTube, I think they'll all say thanks too, man.
Thank you, nephew. Yeah, I mean, but our family, man. I mean, we've had, and I can trace back, man. We've had people in our family and the quick lineage. That's our name. Since World War One.
Yeah,
So
I
our
remember you
family
told
goes
me.
back. We got a lot of service members, but like you said, and just changing the subject slightly. And I thank all my fellow vets too. But the Black and brown community, even Black and brown community of vets, man, have been getting a raw deal. Has been getting a raw deal.
Yeah, man. When you see some of the stories from like Vietnam, from Korea, man, like of like Black and like brown, minority vets, man, it's cold, man. I mean, we obviously know with the experiments with Tuskegee, man. So things like history, man, things that things that are documented, man. So I think it's cold, man. I mean, documented some of the Black soldiers who had to go fight in France, as French soldiers in World War I, because American units didn't want them. Like, it's crazy. Like, and these are documented. These are documented.
I mean, look at some of the Mexican fellow vets, man, that fought in this country, and then you talking about they want to send a guy back to Mexico. Are you kidding me? Yeah. This man has signed his name on the dotted line that I would die for this country. So what are you talking about sending him back to his country? If a man signed his name on the line saying I'll die for this country, this is his country. And look, and half those cats in D.C., including the 5-time draft dodger that we got in office now, never signed their name on anything, but yet they'll get a check for the rest of their life. You got senators and Congress people sitting in jail, serve one term of Congress, and guess what? They get a check every month, and their kids go to school free. Did y'all know that?
Yeah.
If you're a senator, congressman, yeah. So the whole thing is just whack, man. And you're right, nephew. I think we need to treat our vets better, man.
I do, really, man. That's one thing, man. I mean, really, that's one thing that hits and resonates with me, man. When I do listen to, because watching, I mean, my brother, he served at the beginning of the, Operation Iraqi Freedom, whatever you want to call it. What happened when we went into Iraq in 2003. Lorenzo was out there. And my brother came home, and while he's come home and he's been able to adjust and be well adjusted, I know my brother, and while he doesn't want to discuss it, I've had to sit there with him and talk things through with him when he suffered through shit. And I know he wouldn't appreciate me saying much more than that on air, man. But seeing my older brother go through that, and like I can feel it in my face, I can feel it coming. Like I'm gonna stop here, man. But I don't think people give our veterans a fair enough shot, man. Like when I see veterans on a train, man, I see young kids on a train. Like a kid could go to war, man, but can't come home and get a fucking drink, B. Like, come on, you can't be serious, man. Like, I think more than anything, man, like those are, like right now, like if you want to tell me anything but what we've done overseas, like what like let's call it imperialism, man. That's what we stand for overseas. Like that's what our army, like we stand for overseas. And like you send these young kids off to do this, and they come home and what do they have? Like people would give their lives to this, and what do they have for it, man? Like to get spit in the face, like it's ridiculous. Like,
I think it's our job because we have platforms like this to bring more awareness to this.
And that's why one of the things, man, that's one of the big things too, man, why with Danny, man, like with voting, man, being involved in your elections, man. Like a big thing, man, like what we just saw with Roy Moore in Alabama, man, where they said that was like one of the biggest turnouts for African-American women voters and African-American voters in general, with Roy Moore, who was being accused of, sexual misconduct with an underage person and was still running for Senate. And, you see the power of getting out and voting, man. And people need to get behind people that are looking out for their interests, man. Because people vote people like there's people that have been on Congress and not in D.C. 5, 6 decades at this point, man. Like career politicians. This shit's crazy. Nothing's changed. And people need to, get out and pay attention to their voting. So that's one thing that resonated with me big time with Danny when we sat down and spoke on the first time is how he wants to be involved in civic and local change through, voting and getting people aware about systems like this.
Mm-hmm.
So it's our job now. It's our job to keep hitting the streets, like you was telling me yesterday. It's our job to connect with the community, and if anybody has the power to do it, it's us. We're on TV every day, and we're on TV globally. So
yes, I got really commend those school students right now, man. They decided, and that's the power of social media too, man. Because now you have, I think they're going to do a day where a lot of students are going to walk out of school for 17 minutes for the kids that were killed in those school shootings. And it's ridiculous, man, that we have all these mass school shootings and you still got people telling you need more guns, man. I mean, only in this country is this happening. You know, I mean, I think Australia had one school shooting, man. They put down laws so bad that that was the only school shooting, I think, in the last, 11, 12 years. I got to Google it. But one school shooting in 12 years. We have, what, 2 or 3 a year?
2 or 3 a month.
A month. That's absolutely crazy.
The numbers
man.
are getting crazy.
Yeah, the numbers are ridiculous. It's like 2 or 3 a month sometimes. Sometimes it'll feel like there's one every week. But it is crazy, man. But I think one of the big things people don't realize, and this is what you touched on too about with veterans, where they're pumping you full of these drugs that you know have side effects. You have people with mental health issues, and like you hear it in the very quick, that very quick, almost robotic voice, the happy robotic voice in these commercials for some of these, antidepressants and stuff, and what they can trigger if they don't work. And that's something I think another discussion that needs to be had is I think there needs to be regulation on the medical industry and where they come into it. But there's no way you can tell me there doesn't need to be stronger background checks. And if the reports that the FBI, which I think they verified that they did have this kid or couldn't tell who was who, there were 2 kids with the same name and couldn't tell who was who. And that's not a good enough excuse when they told you this kid was saying this. Get the FBI.
Yeah, but sorry to interrupt you, nephew, but let's get the language right on this, because anytime there's a mass shooting, whether it's a school shooting or or shooting in Las Vegas, if it's a person with black and brown skin, it's a terrorist. It's automatically labeled a terrorist.
Yeah.
Anytime it's somebody that's white, and I'm gonna just put this out here, man. They label, they have mental issues.
Mental illness. I saw a couple of reports
crazy.
saying they were the prosecutors tried to call him a troubled kid. He's 19 at this point. He's no longer a kid. He's legally an adult. I apologize for what you suffered through. And that's 100% true, man. No one called homie in Vegas a terrorist, and that is a terrorist act. I don't care what you say. It's a terrorist act, and I 100% agree with that, man, that a terrorist comes in their skin color, and a lot of the time the media doesn't,
blatant
call
terrorism
it fair.
too.
That's blatantly terrorism, whether you want to say it or not. I think we all know it. And, that's one thing I said too. This generation, these kids, man, these kids right now are going to be I think a generation that will see more change. I think obviously we saw a little bit with ours, got a little stagnant. But I think now with our generation combined with, the younger generation, people are going to want to see change, man. These young kids had to suffer through this. And, they want to see, I think they have a good shot. It was crazy what happened in Florida when they marched on the state house earlier this week, and they didn't even want to pull up a bill. They didn't even want to start the motion to start talking about, gun control bills in Florida. They brought up the motion to start talking, and it just right there on the spot. And next time, it was like, try again.
This young generation, they going to change things, man. God bless them. God bless them. But me, I'm out. Y'all can have it. I throw up the hands, man. I'm done, because I'm gonna tell you, when I'm overseas, and like I said, I got a first class plane ticket April 13th. I'm out of here, and I don't even watch the news, man. I don't even watch the news. I get my news from maybe Facebook, or if I'm sitting at a bar from a cat who just flew in that night and be like, "Yo, man, you see what happened?" I said, "Nah, you gotta fill me in."
Yeah.
Barstool News. So where can people find you again? Of course, it's Tailor Made Dreams in the Matrix.
Tailor Made Dreams Out of the Matrix.
Out of the Matrix.
Yep. Tailor Made Dreams Out of the Matrix, or they can hit my website, tailormadedreams.org. And then, and they could come on and find out what I'm doing, what I'm about. Like anybody who wants a roadmap to get out of this matrix, and I'd say matrix, I mean out of the USA. Man, I'm setting a roadmap for brothers, man. I'm also going to be publishing an ebook as well, talking about traveling, how to set things up. Like I said, how to do real estate overseas, set up bank accounts, how to deal with locals, how to deal with attorneys while you overseas. So I'm setting a roadmap, man. And like I said, in the ebook is going to be free. I'm not even trying to collect no money on it, man. I just want to give people a roadmap to let people know that you got bigger options. You got more options than that A and B. You got C, D, E, F, and G, because now there's a lot of young people killing themselves, man. I got a friend who both her children committed suicide.
Jeez,
that's crazy.
That is terrible.
At 19 and 21. So,
damn.
I mean, that's unheard of. You know what I'm saying? That's unheard of. But it's taking a permanent solution to a temporary problem. because people don't think that they have other options. So once you show and introduce people that they have other options, it's a game changer. It changes the dynamics.
So I think anybody like yourself that goes out of their way to educate people and produce these videos, they deserve a live hand clap. So.
Yes, a very live hand clap, man. And I mean, this is information people need to know, man. And of course, need to just go ahead and put it out there. A real Bushwick native was on air with us today, man. Out here in the 70s, man.
Before you two.
Before us two. Way before us two, man. So you can tell us stories about Bushwick that, we didn't even know, man.
Yeah, he was going to the Commodore.
Yes. we had another Bushwick native on there with us. I want to thank you for coming on with us today, Uncle Russell, man. And, this is a great conversation. I hope everyone got some great information out of it. Just that, wow, man. I love doing this every day.
And we'll see you when we go to DR.
Yes, we have to start working on this passport.
You got a place down there, man.
Yes,
Coming you.
There's no aside from plane ticket and spending money, man, and food. I mean,
yeah, because even if I ain't there, man, you guys come on down. There's 2 bedrooms. Come on down, enjoy the beach, enjoy the weather, enjoy the amenities.
I know you enjoy the amenities quite frequently, sir.
Yeah, because I'll be gone a couple of months, man. Like, I know September, October, I'm headed to Cambodia, Philippines, and Thailand. So, and if you want to come down, man, I'll make sure that there's a way y'all get the keys, get in, and all that good stuff, man. So it's open to you.
That sounds beautiful.
Cool, man. We got to set that up, man.
Yes, we do.
Y'all can do y'all show from overseas, man, on the beach. That's
yeah,
what
man.
Good
morning, Dominican Republic.
Yes. Good morning, Sousa. How do you say good morning? Buenos dias? No,
Buenos
that's good.
dias.
That is?
Yeah.
Buenos dias. Woo! Look at that. Let me get Spanish right on the first try.
Buenos dias.
Buenos
matter
dias,
of fact,
Cecil.
man, before I go, y'all just gave me an idea, man. Maybe I need to do a good morning Sasua.
Yeah, man. People will love it, man. We can you can be an affiliate, man. You can be our sister affiliate show in the Dominican Republic.
That'll triple the traffic on your YouTube account. I guarantee that.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, thanks, gents, man. Appreciate y'all having me on. Nephew, I love you.
I love you too, Uncle Russell. Thank you for coming on, man. You looking sharp as always, man. I want to tell you too before you get off, man. I don't know if it's the retirement glow, man, but there's a glow about you now. You look younger. You always look young, happy, and festive, but you look much younger and happy and festive than usual, man. So enjoy retirement. I'm gonna call you in a little bit. And I love you, man. Thank you for coming on, man.
Love you too, man. Y'all guys take care, man.
Yes.
Take care, brother.
We'll talk later.
All right.
Yeah, that actually was a great interview.
It was a great conversation, man.
True Bushwick native.
True Bushwick native, man.
70s,
man. I mean, we can get my dad on here too, man. I'm gonna get my dad on here one day. I'm gonna make him come in live. I'm not gonna let him sit in the house. I'm gonna get my dad on here one day so we can talk some politics with him.
We gotta actually have a video game set up.
Yes, man. We're gonna have
That's
to have
the only way we're gonna bribe him.
We're gonna have to
come in.
bribe him. He can sit there and wait until we call him up. He can play Destiny. He can play Destiny 2 while he's waiting.
So it's another fantastic day, bro.
Yes, another.
And I'm actually gonna
fantastic
check out that YouTube channel because I'm dying to get out of the States.
Yes, man. My uncle does a lot of traveling, man. Like you just heard him. He's going to Cambodia, Thailand, and then.
I don't want to move out of the States.
No,
I
but
just
he travels a lot throughout the year. He's just on even while he was still working for the government, man. He would take while it was vacation time, take a couple weeks, and just travel, spend a couple weeks here, a couple weeks there, come back, go back to work, have some time. Take a week here, a week there. It's just,
It's the roadmap.
Yeah, man. Roadmap, man. Tailor-made out of the Matrix, man. Be sure to check it out on YouTube.
What was it? The website tailormade.org?
Yes, tailormadedreams.org.
Tailormadedreams.org.
Yes, tailormadedreams.org.
Where can they follow you?
You can follow me at Mr. Taylor, man. And I keep telling you guys, one day you're going to say that joke. You're going to go to follow me, and you guys are going to have to spell it all out. All one word. Mr. Taylor. I'm going to make you spell it out soon.
Of course, you can follow us at Roach Show. You can follow me personally at I'm King Roach. We're live every weekday morning.
Yes, every weekday morning, 10 a.m., man. And if you're in the neighborhood, be sure to stop by First Life Coffee House in Bushwick, 219 Central Avenue, 11221. Come in, grab a fantastic caffeinated beverage. If you're on your way in from work, stop in, enjoy a nice, alcoholic drink, one of these fine crafted, cocktails.
At 5 Boroughs.
Yes. The draft beer.
Nice tap working.
Just stop in and check it out, man. You want to feel a good atmosphere, some positivity. The second you walk in the door, just know you're stepping in and feel it,
And
First
again,
live.
before we go, we got to remind people once again to visit Roach, to visit goodmorningbushwick.com and hotnewmusicvideos.com to support the video of the day. It's Almost Awake
By Cloud
Walker.
Yes.
And definitely check that out. If you guys want your video mentioned on this show, you have to go to Reverb Nation, look up for Hot New Music Videos, of course. It's the integrated website that we host. And we'll be back tomorrow, same time.
Yes, we'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. We thank you all for tuning in. You know, same time, same place, guys. Dress warm. Winter's back.
Winter's back in full effect.
Yes, have a fantastic day.
At least for the next
Bushwick.
24 hours.
The realness, realness. Got you stuck off the realness, realness.